Okay, so we have had the Taichi and Koshiro episode, and we've had the Yamato and Takeru episode. So, will this episode be Joe and Mimi and Hikari? I still think it's weird that they got loads of food at the end of episode 40 and then immediately split up again at the beginning of episode 41 to find food. But wait a minute, in this episode, everybody is back together again, except for Yamato and Takeru. What the hell is going on? Okay, I need to revisit the last few episodes. I must have missed something, right? Episode 41, the gang are together. Yamato and Takeru leave to find food. They have their mini adventure, and then at the end of the episode, they decide not to return because they didn't find any food, so they continue their search. Episode 42, we follow Taichi and Koshiro as they scout the area and they have their mini adventure, and then they return to the group. Okay. Although at the end of the episode we don't see them return to the group. In fact, even in this episode, we don't see them return to the group. They are just already back with the group. So the other three didn't have their own mini adventure, and now they're all riding the big dog Digimon being led by Etemon. They're still on their way to FAGA, which has been their goal for the last however many episodes, to find the largest shard of Millenniummon, in case anybody forgot. Yamato and Takeru are not with them. They're still looking for food, although it's not mentioned. Are we to assume that they communicated with them off screen and told them to continue without them? Or maybe they just didn't hear from Yamato and Takeru and they were like, we'll just go there, catch up. This is some sloppy expose? That's not the word. Exposition. Sure, that's the word. Anyway, this looks to be an Etemon episode. That is cool. So, while Etemon is here, in this episode, allow me to unashamedly plug my review of the Etemon saga of the original Digimon Adventure. Go take a look, it was a lot of fun to make that video. Right, so Etemon and Volcamon are singers competing against each other. Etemon wants to entertain the masses, whereas Volcamon wants to be... he just wants to be muscly, which is kind of a weird priority for a singer. But whatever. Etemon is the good guy here, I think, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we've seen Devimon, and now we've seen Etemon, as well as many other Digimon from the series that have made various cameos. Cameos? Jesus. My English is getting worse and worse. But who haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen Etemon, and we haven't seen the Dark Masters. It would be great if they show up in some form or another, even if they don't show up as main villains. And we haven't seen Piximon yet. I hope he gets an episode. Anyway, the Digimon are all getting excited by the music, which is actually pretty hilarious. By the way, Etemon, he sounds almost exactly like he did in the original, although I couldn't find out if it is the same voice actor or not. If you know, let me know in the comments. Is he the same voice? Etemon and Volcamon kick the Digidestin's asses because they can use their music to ruin the Digidestin's Digivolutions. But then Mimi ends the fight peacefully, and we learn the backstories of Etemon and Volcamon, and they pretty much have the same backstory. They were bullied and they tried hard to become strong, and they continue to compete with their music because, and I quote, there can only be one king of Digimon. This episode is absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. Amazingly, Palmon unlocks a new Digivolution influenced by their music, Ponchomon. It's basically a mariachi Togemon. She plays the maracas and competes against Etemon and Volcamon. Ponchomon actually kicks their ass, and they ask Ponchomon to join them. But, of course, Ponchomon refuses. The Digidestin have their own quest, and the Digidestin leave. Wait a minute, Yamato and Takeru are with them. What? What? So, were they with them for the whole episode? In the first scene, they weren't on the dog, and then later on we see Etemon and Volcamon, and then we go back to the dog, and they are there. Okay, moving swiftly on, they are close to FAGA. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm saying FAGA instead of... it's because... it's very close to another word that I'm not comfortable saying. So, next episode, Petal Dramon, Hikari and a forest. Alright, sure, whatever. It could be good. It really could be. Review time, ladies and gentlemen. This episode was ridiculous and had a fair few shortcomings, but I stupidly enjoyed it. This is a strange one, because I'm not really sure what Toei did well in this episode. I think maybe it worked because they went full on with the stupidity. They embraced the stupidness, and it worked out well. Ponchomon came out of nowhere, which was also weird, but... it was a good weird. It's going to get a B grade. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed this, maybe for the wrong reasons, but it doesn't matter, right? As long as it was enjoyable, that's what matters. With that said, until next time.